Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel and this is Stitched Up. So happy Wednesday. It's Wednesday today as I am filming this. I've got my peppermint tea. I've got right into peppermint tea at the minute. I'm not wearing anything me made again. I've just got a simple vest top and my jeans on today. Day off from work, so I thought I would crack on with a little bit of filming. And what I've got for you today is my July plans. So we're already a week in, thereabouts, aren't we? Yeah, just coming up to a week, the first week of July. And I finally sorted out what is on my plans list for July. There's a lot here, I'm just warning you now. And I'm probably being overambitious as I usually am, but we'll just see how we get on. There's lots of things that are just in the back of my mind that I want to get done, and yeah, I don't know how fruitful July is going to be, but we shall see. So without further ado, I'm going to just refer to my little diary that the lovely Adam from Adam Sews made for me at Christmas, and yes, I will work through my plans and the fabrics that I've chosen, and we'll see how we get on. Right, so first things first, I want to make a self-drafted skirt, and yes, I got this fabric from First for Fabrics a couple of weeks back now. Loved it as soon as I saw it, and I thought that would just make the most amazing mauve skirt by True Bias. Now, I don't actually have this pattern. I thought I'd bought it when True Bias had a sale a few weeks ago, and I haven't got it. So I'm going to just draft my own, I think. I've watched Brogan, who is the Crafty Pie. She was on the Sewing Bee last year. In fact, it's Sewing Bee tonight, don't let me forget. And she has just put a vlog up where she has done a tutorial on drafting her own skirt. So I'm going to do the same thing. I am going to draft this myself, and the fabric that I've got is this one. I'm not a huge fan of paisley prints, I'll be honest, but I really like this. I think it's got such a boho vibe to it, and yeah, I think with this sort of style of top, this like little white t-shirt, it will look really nice. So that's the plan for that one. I've got 2.5 meters, which is probably not a lot, so it's not going to be like a really full skirt, but I'll just make use of the fabric that I have, I'm sure. I think I'm going to put like an elasticated waist with like a deep elastic and probably stitch through it 2 or 3 times as well, because I really like that look. I think that looks really good. So that's plan number 1. Plan number 2 is a dress that I have made before, but I've not done it for about 4 years now, and it is the Tesuti Bondi dress. This is a picture of the pattern here. It's a sleeveless round neck dress with a centre front seam from what I can remember. It's got pockets as well, and it's got a slightly sort of A-line shape. Really like it. It's lovely for summer, and I've chosen a fabric out of my stash that I have no idea where I bought this from. Actually, I think it might have been Patterns for Plains. I think that's where I might have got it from, but it's this here. So this is a linen cotton blend, and it's this gorgeous sort of steely blue background with beautiful leaves on. I mean, yeah, it's perfect for me, isn't it? So I am really looking forward to making this. Now, when I made it before, it was a little bit big on me, so I might actually go down a size. I can't remember what size I cut out, but Tessuti patterns, I find, generally run a little bit large, and I generally have to size down on them, so I think I will probably cut a size smaller. But really like this fabric. It's gorgeous. They won't have this in stock anymore at Patterns for Plains because, well, I bought it about 3 years ago, I think, and it's just been sitting in my stash waiting to be made up into something wonderful. So yes, looking forward to making that again. As I say, it's a really nice pattern, and I'm a huge fan of Tessuti patterns anyway. I just think they are really nice. Yeah, looking forward to making that one. Next up is a pattern that I haven't made before, and I bought this when I was at the Knitting and Stitching show with Tamlin and Ruan earlier this year, and I bought it after seeing Jen, who is Jen Legg on Instagram. She's made this dress, and when I saw her version I just thought, wow, that is amazing. And it is the 70s dress by Trend Patterns. This is it here. Now on the pattern image, I honestly don't think it does it complete justice, but if you could look at the line drawings at the back, you can make this dress sleeveless with just the frill over the top, which is what I'm going to do. And it's classed as an easy to moderate pattern. It's for light to medium weight woven fabrics, and yes, I'm really excited to have a go at that. The fabric that I am going to work that up in is this, which is a linen viscose from Lady McElroy. This is it here. I bought this in their sale a month or so ago. I can't remember the name of it, but I will link to it down below for you. But I absolutely love this print. I really like painterly, watercolory, sort of blurred prints. I just think they're so beautiful, and I think this is going to make the most stunning dress. So yeah, this is a pattern, as I say, I've never made any of Trend Patterns designs before, so it's a completely new pattern company for me. They do have 2 or 3 patterns of theirs that I really like, and I think they do some really unusual designs. So I will leave a link down below so you can go and check them out. But yeah, looking forward to having a go at that one. And isn't this fabric just absolutely gorgeous? Pink and green are such a gorgeous combination that I absolutely love at the moment. So yes, and I love this fabric. I really think linen viscose is probably my favorite fabric base, because I think it's so versatile and it's fairly easy to work with as well. It's got the drape, but it's also got the body, and you know, it's just so nice to wear. I really love it. So yes, that's going to be my second make. Now the next one I am going to make is a pattern designer that I have tested for before, and I've made a couple of her patterns, and this one I've had in my stash for a little while, but I've never made it, and it is the Joelle dress by So Love Patterns. This is the pattern image here. So you've got sort of 2 options, a short or a longer dress with a ruffle on, and you can add like this front bow detail on. It's got a little cutout at the front as well. And I'll put an image of the dress up for you so you can see. But yeah, I haven't made this particular dress before, and Johanna's designs are really feminine and beautiful, and yeah, they're very drafted really well. She has really good instructions, so I'm really excited to have a go at this particular pattern. The fabric I've got is this, which is a viscose chalet that I've had in my stash for quite some time now. Again, it's pink and green, and I can't remember where I got this from, if I'm honest. Probably off eBay, I think. Or knowing Sian, if Sian's watching this, she'll probably know straight away, because she tends to know where I've got a lot of my fabrics from. She's got a better memory than I have, that's for sure. But I think this is really pretty. I am going to make the long version with the frill on the bottom. I'm not putting the bow on the front because, to be honest, that's just a little bit too twee for me. But I will leave that off, and I think it's going to make a really pretty summer dress. So yes, looking forward to having a go at that. I think I've got about 4 meters of this. I don't think you need that much for that particular pattern, so I will have some left over, which might make myself a little cami or something, who knows. And then when I went on holiday to Portugal a few weeks ago, I made a Co-ord set, which absolutely went mad on Instagram. You all loved it so much, and that was made up of 2 Tessuti patterns, the Arkie shirt and the Bailee shorts. And I want to repeat it. I want to make another exact same Co-ord set of both those patterns. So I've been looking in my stash for some fabric that's going to work with that, and I've pulled this out, which is a fabric that I got from Fabricate in Murfield. They are sadly now closed down, but I got this before they closed down, and it's this gorgeous linen here. This is a ex-designer Ralph Lauren fabric that I got from Fabricate in Murfield, as I say, that are now sadly closed. And yeah, it's got the polo branding on there as well. It's a gorgeous summery print with the palm trees and the fish and the beautiful blue base cloth. This linen is a really nice weight, and I think it will be lovely as the Arkie shirt and Bailee shorts to make another little summer co-ord that I'll be able to wear when we go to Cornwall. I think that will be great. I think I've got about 3 meters here, so I probably should have just enough. Obviously it's a directional print, which might make things a little bit tricky, but we'll see how we get on. Hopefully, if I'm really careful with cutting out, I should have enough to be able to get both patterns out of this piece of linen. So next up is another dress, and it is another one that I've made before, and it's the Friday Pattern Company Wilder gown, which is this pattern here. And I have been completely inspired by the lovely Adele, who is Sofa Serenity. She posted this image on Instagram a few days ago of a sleeveless version that she's made out of Fabric Godmother viscose, and it's a satin viscose, I believe, and it's a beautiful fabric that I still need to own, shall we say. And I fell in love with it. I think it's just totally inspired, having a sleeveless version, and I want to have a go myself. I think that will be great to make the Wilder really summery appropriate, and a fairly quick sew as well. So I have dug about in my stash, and I've got this satin fabric that I got from Rainbow Fabrics a few months ago now. So sadly they don't have this in stock anymore, but it's this one here. And it's a gorgeous lilac with these amazingly huge red flowers on. They look like peonies actually, but they're just absolutely gorgeous. And I think I have about 3 meters here, so I should have enough to make the Wilder, and I'm going to have a go at it myself at doing the sleeveless version. I know Adele said that she found that when obviously she took the sleeves off, that the raglan underarm seam bit was a little bit low, and it's meant that she's had to pull it up and tie it really tight round her neck to get it to raise up enough so that it is a bit higher under the arm. So I think I'm just going to adjust the pattern pieces a little bit by just raising the underarm seam by probably, I don't know, 1/2 inch, something like that. We'll see. And yeah, I think that's just going to be lovely. So it's a really nice satin. It's got a nice sheen to it, but it's not really shiny. And I think in the Wilder, because that's loose, because obviously this is not silk, it's a polyester base, I think that'll work really well and I won't get too hot in it. So I'm looking forward to having a go at that. And then I'm going to make a jumpsuit if I get all that lot done. And the jumpsuit that I'm going to make this month is the Avenir by Friday Pattern Company. Now, this is one that I've wanted to make for a while, but there's been 2 reasons why I haven't. One is because I am a little bit worried that it's not going to flatter me in the way that I like my figure to be flattered, if that makes sense, at the moment. And I've mentioned this kind of thing before in the last few vlogs, and I know a few of you have left me such lovely comments saying that I need to stop complaining about my shape and my figure, and I'm not complaining about it. I know, in the grand scheme of things, it's not that important, but we all have, we all want to look nice and feel good, don't we? That's the thing. And this pattern, as much as I've wanted to make it, I had to really think about the fabric choice, as in print or plain, and if I go for a print, what print, because I didn't want it to look like a pair of pajamas. I think a plain fabric at the moment, with how I feel about my figure, will not be worn, I'll be honest. So I wanted to go for a print, but I wanted to go for a print that was more sort of scattered rather than, well, ditzy prints are not really my thing anyway, but I didn't want to go for a ditzy print because I thought that would look a bit pajama-y. And yeah, it was really difficult finding something in my stash because I've got a lot of fabric, but finding exactly the right thing for this pattern that I had enough of, because I think it takes over 3 meters, was really difficult, let me say. So anyway, Then See You At Six released their new summer collection, didn't they? And I spotted the perfect fabric. So I did buy this. Initially not to make this jumpsuit, but when it came and when I was looking at the jumpsuit pattern again, I thought, yes, this is going to work. So it's this one here. I got this from Sew Me Sunshine and I absolutely love it. It's a leaf print, obviously, and it's on this like, it's sort of like a coffee coloured background, which is not a colour that I've ever really been drawn to, I will say, but I do love the leafy print on here because the leaves are almost 3D and I just think it's really pretty. And I think as the Avenir, I think there's enough of a print on this that is going to satisfy my concerns over a jumpsuit that is not going to be plain, because if I'm honest, I would much prefer to make this in a plain fabric, but I know that how I am at the minute, I won't wear that, so I have to go for a print so that I'll wear it. And I love this print, and I think it's going to work really well for the Avenir. So yeah, really looking forward to making that. I aren't sure about the sleeve length yet in that pattern, because obviously you can, when I look at the pattern image, you can go for a short sleeve or a longer sleeve. Obviously, if I go for a long sleeve, then it's going to limit the wearability, I think, over summer, and this is not a print that I'd probably wear over winter. So I think I'm probably going to have to go shorter, but I don't know about this length, because I think I've talked about this before, that this particular length of sleeve on me, on my upper arms, I don't really enjoy wearing, so I don't find it the most flattering. I'm using that word again, I'm sorry, but I can't think of a different word. So I don't know, haven't decided on that yet, but this is destined to be the Avenir. So I'm really looking forward to having a go at that. And then I've got another couple of dress patterns to share with you. The first one is a big four pattern, which I've not sewn for ages actually. And it's a Simplicity Mimi G pattern, and it is S9597. It's this one. And yeah, I really like this pattern. I think it's glorious. And I know, again, Brogan from Crafty Pie has made this, and she's done a bit of a hack with a tie at the back, which I might actually go for rather than the buttons, because I think this has a button up back, and what worries me is how you fasten that, really. So I might go for her hack, which she's done as just adding some ties and tying it at the back with this low drop waist, and then you've got the tiers and the pockets. This is also a jumpsuit as well. You've got a jumpsuit or a dress version. If I show you the line drawings at the back there, hopefully you can see the different versions on there, but I really like it. I think it's lovely. I've had that pattern for a while. I bought it a few months ago with the idea of making a nice summer dress out of it. And the fabric that I have chosen is this one, which is a Tencel viscose, I believe, and it's gorgeous green and white. I got this from Lush Cloth a few months ago. I'm not sure if they still have it in stock, but if they do, I will link to it down below so you can go and have a look. But it's a beautiful green with an off-white floral design on it, and I think it's super pretty. As I say, I'm really into greens at the minute, and yeah, I think this will make a really nice dress. So it shouldn't be too difficult fitting wise, because if I do the tie detail bit at the back, then, you know, it's only really the front bodice that has any sort of fitting, you know, awareness, shall I say, that you have to really think about the fitting of that. But otherwise, I think it should be a fairly nice dress to have a go at. So that's that one. And then the last one is another big four, but this is a vintage pattern, and I think I bought this from a seller on eBay. No, Facebook actually, and it is McCall's 5918. So this is it here, and I want to make this dress. You've got a sleeveless summer dress with lovely pleating detail at the front, and then it's got these little ties that cinch it in around your waist, and I just think as a really lovely summer dress, it's really pretty. This is a 38 bust. I mean, obviously these old patterns always just tended to come in a single size, didn't they? So this is a size 16, which was a 38 bust, which is my bust measurement. So it should fit me okay. The fabric that I'm going to use for that, because it takes a couple of meters, is the one that I showed you on my Friday sews last week, which is this. So yeah, I've got 2 meters of this. Now, I know a few people mentioned, if you watched my Friday sews, a few people gave me some ideas of what to make with this. And a couple of people mentioned wide leg sort of palazzo trousers. I'm not a huge fan of really big prints on palazzos, if I'm honest. I prefer plain. And I also don't have enough for me to make palazzos. 2 meters is not enough for how tall I am and the width of wide leg trousers. I need at least 2.5 meters. So unfortunately there isn't enough anyway for me to make those. But yeah, I think this will work really well for that pattern, and I'll have a really nice sort of summer linen dress with leaves, with leaves again. July is going to be the month of leafy prints and makes. So that is more or less everything. I also have my Guthrie and Garni Luskentyre bag to make up as well before the end of August. I don't know if I'll get it done this month, but it depends how I feel, because I'm quite spontaneous with my sewing. And, you know, if I get halfway through the month and think, well, actually, I don't want to make any of these things, I just want to break from garment making, then I might actually get on with the bag. But if not, I'll definitely get that done in August. And I've also got a couple of projects to do for the men in my life, Martin and Isaac, my son. Isaac wants some shorts for the summer, and I know we are into July already, but he likes wearing shorts around the house. And I bought this pattern, which is the Wardrobe by Me cargo shorts, men's cargo shorts. And I showed him this pattern before I bought it. He really likes it. So I bought that, and I got a couple of fabrics when I was in Boys a couple of weeks ago. When I got that leafy linen that I've just shown you, I got these 2 fabrics as well to make him some shorts. So the first one is this brown. It's like a satiny finish. These are ex-designer fabrics. Don't know the designer, but they are a really nice cotton twill and got a really nice weight to them. I think they're going to be great for cargo shorts. So he really liked this colour. Thought with like a black t-shirt and cargo shorts, and this would work really well for him. So I've got that one. And then the other one I got is this one, which is like a grey. It's like a mouse grey. Again, this is an ex-designer one. I got 2 meters of it. It is a cotton twill, really structured fabric, but will be great for cargo shorts. So that's on the list as well. Yeah, I think that's everything. How do you think I'm going to do? I do have some time off in July. I will just, you know, just mention that there. So, yeah, I do. I mean, obviously I have some time off during the week every week now. So I do tend to have, you know, I don't do bad for sewing time, shall we say. I was thinking about a couple of extra makes for Layla as well, because I wanted to make a couple more rompers for her. But the romper that I made, the Lola romper by Oh Me Oh My Sewing Patterns, I made the 0 to 3 months and it's too big. So so that's that. So I'm not going to make any more rompers for her just yet, because she's still so dainty that she doesn't even fit in the 0 to 3 months of those. So yeah, it's just far too big on her. So yeah, I'm not going to waste my time doing that at the moment, shall we say. But yeah, I think I've got plenty to be going on with. I do have a lot more ideas of things that I want to sew, but I'm not quite there yet with how I feel about myself, etc. So they will stay on the back burner for now. But I also have a blog post to do for Jenny Stitches, which I really need to get on with this month as well. So that is a priority. And also another project for the Northern Soul Sisters as well, which we have ongoing, so that needs to be done as a priority as well. So yeah, it's a tall order in July, I'm afraid. But let me know down below what you think to my pattern choices and fabrics that I have chosen this month. Have you made any of these patterns yourself? What did you think to them? Have you got any tips for me? Yeah, and anything else you want to comment, just leave it down in the comments below. I love reading all your comments. So I'm going to leave it there, guys, for today, but I will hopefully be back with you later on this week with another Friday sews. I am planning on doing a Friday sews again this week, and then I think that we are planning a live sewing chat along with the Northern Soul Sisters over on the Northern Soul Sisters channel on Saturday evening. So head on over there if you want to join us and you've got an hour spare on Saturday. That would be lovely. We would love to see you then. So I will leave it there and I'll be back with you really soon. Take care. Bye.